Armchair Critic is with us right now, and he says, Jim, why is Austin mostly considered a bigger star than Rock, despite Rock surpassing him in 2000 in Rock's work versus Hogan, Cena, Punk, and even Cody?
Oh, good question. I think that Austin just made that amazing connection to his audience, where they loved him, whether he was a heel or a babyface or injured or not, whatever. They loved Steve, and not that they didn't love Rock, they did, but it just seemed to me the feel I had was, or have, was that Austin's audience was a little bit more devoted, and I think that's probably the primary difference. Austin's a folk hero, Rock's a star. He's always going to be a star. I don't know when we're going to see him again, but you can bet your ass The Rock is not finished in WWE because there's just too many ways to use him productively. So I don't know what a bigger star means, but they both drew a lot of money. They both made a lot of money. They both were leaders of the locker room. So that's a subjective question to say the least. Is Austin why is he considered a bigger star than The Rock? I don't think that he is by a lot of people's standards, but he's it's just a different character. They appeal in a different way. Rock was smoother and upbrow and all that. Austin was more authentic. He was more blue collar, and more people can identify with blue collar than they can the glitz and glamour that The Rock always brought. Not that Rock didn't do well; he did. We know that. You know, it's during Hogan's untimely passing. You know, I don't know how many text message, not text, but Twitter Q, whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. I've gotten more questions on anything other than Rock and Hogan at WrestleMania 18 in
Right.
Toronto. That was the subject matter. You know, we could do a whole show on that. You know, if all the legal stuff was handled, you know, it'd be a great match to do a watch along
Yeah.
because they really use great psychology because they changed roles in the walkout. On the walkout, you know, Lawler and I are ringside, and we were both a little bit shocked that people were booing Rock because they were cheering for Hogan, and Hogan just had that everlasting overness, and he was smart enough to parlay it into big money over several years. I saw the footage. You see the footage of his funeral?
I was there.
Were you?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you get me a T-shirt or anything?
I did not.
Damn you, Conrad. I bet you got Silva one.
I know. I did not. It was surreal, man. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many dozens of police officers were there, and they had to like make sure you were on the list before you got in the parking lot in your vehicle. And then when you went to the front, like they had to check you off a list, and they gave you a ticket, and that dictated where you sat, and it was a crazy surreal deal, you
Where'd
know.
you sit?
Uh, I mean, I don't. Row E. I don't know. I mean, I
Did
don't
you have a
five.
good? Did you have a good seat? Or you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they didn't allow any media in that I know of. I know that the local church filmed it, but Indian Rocks Christian is the name of the facility. But yeah, I guess I was in the center. I mean,
How did you make the arrangements? Who was coordinating? Who was their point person in that respect?
they had a real nice like digital invite that came out that you were supposed to RSVP.
Ah,
And so when I got mine, I sort of threw the flag and said, "Man, I only had like 30 interactions with that guy. I don't really know the family. I feel weird. I feel out of place." But I was pressured and insisted. And so I said, "Okay, I get it." And I even had a little chat with my wife, and I was like, "I don't know. I'm not a funeral guy. This feels weird." And she just was pretty straight up and said, "Hey, if Eric wants you to go, if you asked Eric, would he go?" And it's like, "Oh, yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm there to support. I'm there to show respect." But it was kind of surreal, man. Like when I say kind of surreal, I mean like I'm seated next to Jeff and Karen Jarrett. Right in front of me is Matt Riddle and his wife. Right behind me is Dory and Marty Funk. Just past Jeff is Kevin Nash and Sean Waltman. Behind them is Kevin Owens. Next to him is Bill Alfonso.
Wow.
It's like I just walked into like the Star Wars bar. I mean, Dennis Rodman's, up front wailing by the casket, and Brian Knobs is in the back boohooing, and it's like this is, and then out saunters Vince McMahon, and I don't know, it was really weird, dude. That
you
I
sitting
mean,
you sitting near Vince?
no, I don't. I never saw Vince in the crowd. Everybody else went onto the stage from the front steps. Vince sort of came from stage left in the background, and it was a performance. I mean, it was, man, Vince McMahon. He knows how to captivate an audience. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he's a showman. I hate to say a showman in the terms of a funeral,
But he
but
was.
he's a showman. And
It was kind of funny, and I'm sure he meant it to be funny. But when Triple H comes up a few, I think after Vince, they did a video, and then the pastor spoke, and they did a song or something like that. But when Triple H came up, he said something along the lines of, "You think by now I would have learned not to follow Vince McMahon," and everybody laughed. And he gave a really nice speech. I felt so bad for Jimmy Hart. It was surreal, man. It was
Jimmy Hart get very emotional.
oh man. Yeah. I mean, there were so many people that you've never seen in an emotional state. I mean, yeah. I probably shouldn't talk too much about all the people's private emotional stuff, but man, it was just such a surreal, weird experience. I was kind of surprised pictures were leaking out. Like it felt like, I don't know, I'm not supposed to take a picture here. Like, and
Right.
I don't know. I don't deal well with funeral and the finality of it. Like, I've always kind of struggled with that. And even a star the magnitude of Hulk Hogan, like realistically in my lifetime, in my little sphere of influence, like he or my friend group, he's probably one of the most top 10 famous people of our lifetime. And the idea that, you know, you do all of this and you accomplish all this, and some of your friends and family and people come pay their respects. And then 2 hours later, it's like, where are we going for dinner? It's like, man, this is weird. So
It's still a head scratcher that he went from having a bad back, which he obviously did, to dying of a heart attack. And I've often thought when I hear guys that I consider 71 young.
right.
Somebody just roll their eyes, I can feel it. Uh, that uh, he died of a heart attack, and he had. I didn't know. I wasn't aware. You may be more versed on it than I. That he had heart issues. I thought, I hear so much about his multiple back surgeries, but I often thought maybe he had sleep apnea. Big guys like that are subjected to it. I use a CPAP machine every night. When I go to London, I'll be packing my CPAP machine and my carry-on. So they're a lifesaver, literally. But he may have had undiagnosed sleep apnea. I don't know that, but that's what happened to Reggie White, my friend that
Yes.
played in the NFL. Uh, he just didn't. He didn't like wearing the mask. He thought it emasculated him. No pun intended. And by not wearing it, at his wife's insistence and everybody around him, it caught up to him, and he created a heart attack situation, and he died of that. So maybe Hogan had uh, some issues with sleep apnea because you stop breathing, your heart stops working for an extended length of time. I know when I took my first sleep test, Conrad, I stopped breathing 66 times in an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so I was on my way to dying. As simple as that. I don't sound over dramatic here. I'm not looking for an Emmy, but God dang, that that scares the shit out of you.
No
And
doubt.
boy, it didn't take me long to decide I need to get me a CPAP machine and a mask and all that. And they said, "Well, I can't sleep with that on my face." And bullshit. What's your other option? Dying? Really? So if you're a big sleeper or you snore a lot or you catch yourself not breathing and you make those funny noises, go get checked out. It's very non-invasive, and they'll monitor your heart and all that stuff and make sure that you're going to live a little bit longer. And I think that's pretty damn important, especially with what I've been through.
Don't we all love summer vacation, relaxing, laying out by the pool, barbecues, hitting the beach, doing, well, nothing? Well, how about a summer vacation from your house payments? With SaveWithConrad.com, you can do just that. Reduce your monthly payments by making the equity you built up in your home work for you. You can roll together those high interest rate credit cards into one lower monthly payment, and perhaps access some of that newfound equity to turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. And how about this? You get to skip your next 2 house payments. Go right now to SaveWithConrad.com. Let my team run the numbers for you for free. There's no obligation, and if we can't help you save some cash, we won't waste your time. And did I mention we're offering a 3-year guarantee right now? That's right. That means if at any point interest rates improve over the next 3 years, you get a free refi. That's right. No new lender fees from us. So you get to save money now without wasting money later when the rates improve on a whole second set of closing costs. Why not go to SaveWithConrad.com and get a guarantee? Save money now and save money later with your friend in the mortgage business. That's me, Conrad Thompson at SaveWithConrad.com. Shoot me an email at Conrad@SaveWithConrad.com. Give us a call at 888-425-0105 or get yourself a quick quote. Even talk to a live person right now at SaveWithConrad.com. NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender. Take a summer vacation from house payments at SaveWithConrad.com.